No sacrifice is too big for peace in Rivers, Fubara insists. He acknowledged his disappointment felt by many of his loyalists following the peace deal, but insisted that difficult times calls for difficult decisions. Exactly. I know that he didn't just agree to this. He knows that there's no other way out. There's no other way he could come back to become the governor and probably do some things that he wants to do. He has to. He just has to agree. He doesn't have a choice. He doesn't. Addressing his supporters in Port Harcourt on Saturday, Governor Fubara reassured them that every step he has taken, including the recent reconciliation with his predecessor and Federal Capital Territory Minister, Isomike, was done with their collective interest in mind. Maybe they said he's throwing them under the bus. It was even as if he has not talked to them, and he has even talked to them more. Maybe he has explained. Those that were saying that, he didn't give them any explanation, he didn't go with his supporters. He has said it now that he did it with their collective interest in mind. I'm sure he must have asked for his own, his own condition as well. They gave him condition. He also would have given his own condition that you are going to allow me to do this and that. So we know that Fubara and Wike might want to break the deal or break the promises, but let's just see how it goes, sha. The governor acknowledged the anxiety and disappointment felt by many of his loyalists following the peace deal, but insisted that difficult times calls for difficult decisions and concessions. He revealed that the reconciliation process was not a solo decision, explaining that at every stage consultations were held with key stakeholders and trusted allies within his political family. Shebi that woman was saying that they did not carry her along. Now I don't know who she be, that they should be carrying you along. Fubara admitted that the new political realities may be painful for some to accept, especially for those who have stood firmly with him through the turbulence. However, he emphasized that the larger goal remains the peace and stability of Rivers State. Governor Fubara also lamented the impact the political crisis has had on governance, pointing out that several development projects across the state have suffered delays. He, however, expressed optimism that with the reconciliation process in motion, the pace of project implementation would soon pick up. While addressing the tensions that have followed the peace deal, Governor Fubara acknowledged the role Wike played in his emergence as governor, saying that the political history cannot be erased. He reminded the supporters that now is the time to prove their loyalty. Yes, this is the time for them to prove it and trust in his leadership, even when immediate political reward seems uncertain. Reiterating his commitment to peace, Governor Fubara disclosed that President Bola Tinubu had personally intervened, giving a clear directive that both he and the FCT minister must reconcile for the sake of Rivers State. In a passionate appeal, the governor urged all who believe in his leadership and vision to embrace peace and allow the state to recover and take a leap to the next level. People governor has spoken. If people don't agree with what he said now, then that means people are the real troublemakers and people don't really want peace in Rivers State like you claim. So just agree with him and support him like that. Rahman says, Lord, Fayoshe would have been your prophet of all times by now. Spirit at work. This one saying. Adeoni says, the sacrifice of giving Caesar what he requested for Abina. Give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Joseph Abu says, politics revolves around interest, and interest drives politics. Alliances shift as interest changes. Today's adversaries were once allies, and today's friends were once foes. When interest aligns, conflicts fade away. Eventually, social media enthusiasts backing Wike and Fubara will learn to prioritize their own interests. After all, fighting for politicians can be a losing battle. It's always a losing battle. It is always a losing battle. Fighting for politicians, trying to buy yourself on behalf of one politician, it is always a losing battle. Obi-Wan says, peace with one another is solution to existence. Not war, not hatred, not destruction. Peace is priceless. It's for those who understand the language and ready to pursue and abide by it. But peace with a natural born political honey badger like Wike, like time shall tell. I don't also trust Wike 100% because we know him. We know that he can change his mind today. Not like weather. He can change his mind, but let's just see. Let's see how it goes. Let's Let's see how it goes. Kawa Obaji says, I told you guys that the fact that elephants swim doesn't require biting. You guys said no. No, it's in Nasi. Benjamin says, when did you say it? Hey, Achango Congo says, in your next life, try Wiki. Even after Fayoshe's warning. Well, he tried. Maybe you see that the man tried to fight godfatherism. He tried. So he has seen that he cannot win this war. He has to surrender. He has to surrender. OG Furniture says, I don't agree for the money sharing ratio, but of course now. You go don't agree now to the sharing ratio. City Nigeria says, you don't trouble your supporters forever. Nigeria self-centered man. He's not a self-centered man, no. He is not a self-centered man. He's not. People should not say he's a self-centered man. He just really wants peace. What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? People should stop. Pastor Benson says, relax, don't panic. That agreement will not work because it is very unconscionable. A man can't contract out his rights. Okay now. Sam Peter says, while someone is claiming the father of democracy under his watch, such things happened. History will give him due title. Chukwobina says, I watched him in one of the videos where he attended one funeral saying, I'm no longer interested in the governor. Can't you see I now have peace in my life statement? Anyways, no one will accept power and never wants it back again. Chukwobina, when he said this, the supporters of Fubara, they started calling him out and saying, oh, he has betrayed them. He wants to make their fights to go in vain. Why would he say that? Why would he say he's no longer interested in the governorship again? Blah, 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 blah. And now he has agreed to come back as a governor. You people are still complaining. What do you people want? What do you people want? Savio G says, hope you will remit his percentage diligently this time. Let's wait and see now. George Otto says, the big sacrifice is supporting past 2027 tickets for Nigeria to keep bleeding. Neighbor says, you no get strength, you go the start fight. Maybe if he has gotten backup from other people, from other governors, maybe he would have won the fight. But he was fighting alone. No supporter, nothing. Tizwa, Babalola says, I thought he would be a valiant fighter, but he disappointed me. Disappointed you. People want him to pie now. Because I don't understand you people. You want him to pie. You people, have you people fought? What fight are you people fighting? Nigerians, have you people fought your bad leaders that has kept us in this kind of shaky that we are seeing? No. You did not fight. You want Fubara to fight. Leave him alone. My listeners, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.